Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Mail. So for today, I'm going to go over a pretty entertaining email that was sent from a subscriber. This is from a guy, he is in his 30s, he is a Marine, or he's a retired Marine, but always a Marine. And he shares his story from a few years ago when, after he got out of the service, he got a job doing some contract security work in one of those wealthy Gulf Arab countries. And while over there, at one point he decided he needed a break, he needed to get some action. He downloaded a bunch of different dating apps and all that. And next thing you know, things went crazy because he is dark-skinned, and although he's from, I believe he said, East Indian descent, but all the local gals over there, there were like a lot of gals from the Philippines and all get work over there, they thought he was, for lack of a better term, a Tyrone. That's how he describes it. And with the stereotypical characteristics and attributes of a Tyrone, particularly being well endowed. And it's a pretty funny story about the whole misconception and all that, what he went through about the whole thing. And not to mention dealing with passport bros, foreign gals, and stereotypes and all that. And this particular story, guys, rarely do I do a story that really doesn't have any major lessons. It's just kind of funny to go over here. And that's what this is. So if you guys want a good laugh, 15 minutes, this is it. So he starts off, says here, hey, SSM. Well, I worked overseas in one of those rich Gulf Arab countries doing security-related stuff while I was over there, I was a workhorse. I never took days off, and for a while refused to date or hook up with any of the local gals. I was there only to work towards my financial goals for a year-long contract. I didn't want to have distractions and spend money unnecessarily. Well, I don't blame you, man, and I guess you had that discipline from the Marines. But eventually, a guy has needs, and if you can get them, well, you know. However, about halfway through my contract, I got burnt out and wanted a break. In those Arab countries, most of the population are expats from other countries, and one of those countries is the Philippines. And many Filipinos are looking for Western guys to date. Many guys I work with had become passport bros, and my friends recommended that I get on the dating apps and start talking to some local women. I thought, why not? It would be a nice break, so that's what I did. Well, yeah, because to them, the Filipino gals that are over there for work and hoping to meet, they're going to see Westerners, men from America, and think, hey, either they got some money or they got a job here that makes them good money, so they're going to latch on to you. Well, little did you know, they had other assumptions in mind. He says, and boy, oh boy, did I talk to a lot of women. It was like getting hit by a train with all the matches I got. The ladies overseas are much friendlier and show a lot more interest in average men compared to American women. That's what I hear. Over here, and here in the States, they're a pain in the ass. And the funny thing is, just the average-looking ones are that way. Over there, at least you have good-looking ones, and a lot more of them, and don't act like a pain in the ass. I'm not over-exaggerating when I say that I might have gotten over 100 matches. I made multiple accounts in different dating apps to see how many women I could talk to. Sometimes I lost track of which account I was using. This is important later. Well, there you go, man. Again, you're a Westerner over there, and they're thinking, cha-ching. Anyway, me and one 20-something-year-old fine ASS Filipina decided to meet up. I planned that we would go to a local hookah lounge by my apartment after I got off work. And that was before my day off. I went to the location at the scheduled time. However, she did not show up. After 15 minutes, I texted her asking where she was. She apologized to me and said that traffic was really bad and that she will be there soon. 15 minutes? I would say if it were me, after about 20, 25, only because, well, you reached out to her. She didn't reach out to you to apologize. I would be gone after 20 minutes, but that's me. Well, after 15 minutes, I hit her up again because she still had not arrived. This time, there was no answer. I ordered some dinner for myself just so I wasn't completely wasting my time. Well, there you go. I'd have nothing to do with her after that. Unfortunately, well, after I was done, I just left. I figured I'd gotten ghosted, no big deal. There was 99 other women to choose from. Fast forward 2 hours later, I'm in my apartment and my phone rings. Guess what? It's her. And she asks where I am. Oh, she's got some freaking nerve. She knows what she's playing games. It's all a big test. I said, what the fuck? It's 11 o'clock at night and I'm about to go to bed. What are you talking about? And that you were 2 hours late. She said she was so sorry and she still wanted to hang out. Yeah, she's playing games. She wants to see just how eager you are and all that. Or she was out with another guy, and now she's trying you out because it probably didn't work out with him. I told her that she can come chill with me in my apartment. Smack! Why? Why give her a chance? I know what you're thinking, but no. Or she wanted to go out, she would have to pay for it, and she said she would meet me at my place. No, I wouldn't have done that. So after a few minutes, she arrives and I meet her in the lobby. Okay, let's see how great this goes. I said, what's up? But she was totally closed off to me. She wouldn't smile, wouldn't even look me in the eye, and just soft one-word answers. Yeah, I can tell she's very enthusiastic to see you. Dude, I told her to go home. We went up the elevator to my suite, and I tried to give her a hug, but she did not reciprocate. I thought that maybe she just felt awkward because she knew she pissed me off a bit with some small talk, and that would not go away. No, that's not it. When we got to my room, I kicked back on the couch in the living room and tried to tell her that we could watch a movie. But she just stayed by the door and didn't even take off her shoes. Hell, SSM, she didn't even take her purse off her shoulder. I tried talking to her some more, asking how her day was going and some more small talk. And he says, yeah, I was basically pulling all the way here and I was starting to get annoyed. She's messing with you, dude. Right there, she ditches you and all this, and now she's treating you like this. You're telling her she can jerk you around. And then she says, what are we doing? Are you going to take me out or not? Didn't you say, basically, we can go out, but you're paying? Your actions communicate to her that she can have her way with you. I immediately thought to myself, fuck this, and said, oh yeah. I took her back down the elevator and got off in the lobby. I let her walk a little bit ahead of me, and then I just turned around and went back to the elevator, back to my room, and just shut the door and locked it. Then I texted her, just go home, you fucking weirdo. That's all I said. Well, good for you. It's about time. Hope you learned something. Well, guess what? It's not over with this chick. As soon as she read the message, my phone blew up. I'm talking nonstop calling and texting, and she was begging and pleading me to go back downstairs and talk to her. This chick is out of her mind, or she just loves playing games with you. My phone would not stop ringing. After I let it ring once for the entire duration, it would start again. At one point, I had over 30 missed calls. She would not stop texting me, and she wasn't leaving until I talked to her. Call security. Have them drag him out of there. Well, the taxi driver who I frequently use was texting me in broken English, telling me that he and the security guard were stopping her from going up to the elevator. That was the only way I could go in and out of our apartment building. So remember how I said I had several accounts and did not know which one I was using? Well, for some reason, and I don't know why, a lot of the local gals thought I was a black guy. I'm 100% East Indian. But for some reason, they would think that I was a black American handsome man, as they called me, and I think they had a thing for it. A lot of the times I just went along with it until eventually I made an account with my name saying Tyrone as a joke. Okay, there you go. You put that as a joke. This chick saw it. She thought, okay, you're from the West. Well, then you must be, hung like a rhinoceros in her opinion, in her mind, and that's why she's chasing after you. But what wants to play all these BS games with you, as well as all those other girls? And at one point during the whole ordeal, the BIT texted me, please, Tyrone. It was then that I realized, holy effing shit, I'm dealing with all this drama and this B, and she doesn't even know my real name and thinks that I'm black. This is funny. And I didn't even realize the whole time I was talking to her on this account. Well, there you go. That's what happens when you have so many accounts and you're not paying attention as all these girls talking. You're talking to all of them. Well, even though I was stressed the F out, when I put two and two together, I started laughing my tail off. The whole situation was effing twisted. I hit up my buddy from work and told him what was going on, and he also laughed his ass off too. After like 2 hours, she just would not leave. I decided to just go down there and tell her to F off myself. So I was like, 1 o'clock in the morning, and she will not go? I mean, why are the police there dragging her away? She really wants some of Tyrone's loving. So I took my phone and recorded myself telling her to get lost. She was stubborn and kept pleading with me until the security guard was eventually able to make her leave. It was like 4-minute video on my old phone when it was all over. I sent the video to a couple of my work buddies. I eventually calmed down and went to sleep and had a good day off the next day. And then the next day at work, just about effing everybody at work has either seen or heard about this video, and they're all calling me Tyrone. Some of the Nepali and Indian counterparts we work with also see the video and started calling me Tyrone. It was an effing nightmare of a night, but nowadays we look back and laugh. And this is the story how I became Tyrone. That's funny, man. And about foreign women SSM, yes. My first experience was terrible, but again, eventually I tried again. I did date a pretty cool Filipina chick for a while when I was there, who was an amazing cook and a freak in bed, as well as a couple other fun hookups. Did they call you Tyrone? As did many guys I work with. They all were just built different, meaning the foreign girls. They were amazing cooks, they were nice, and they were all fit and pretty family-oriented. Hell, at one point, I had a roommate, and he was getting fired, and we were having a going-away party in our apartment, and one of the guys had brought his Filipino wife. When I got back from work, I went to the kitchen to wash the food containers that I used that day, but this woman was already in there cooking steak, and she took my containers and just said, "Go, I'll do it and make you food." There you go. That's a traditional girl. We need more of those around here, but God forbid a girl nowadays is expected to do something in the kitchen or just ask. She looks at you like, you attacked her freedom. How dare you? Being in the kitchen's beneath me. I tried to argue, but she persisted and said to go enjoy myself with the guys. Well, Tyrone, a little 5'1" girl, told a Marine to get out of his own fucking kitchen. I got kicked out of my own kitchen, but then she came out and gave me one of the best steaks I ever had eaten. I also know guys who bought property in the Philippines for like 20 grand with their wives, and that their girlfriends get ticked off when they try to buy them expensive things. After the basic necessities are met, these women tend to value time with their man over being spoiled with the material things. Well, I've heard that about a lot of Filipino gals, but I've also heard the exact opposite about Filipino gals, so flip a coin. Many other guys who date abroad have similar stories to this. I worked overseas in these countries on and off for a few years, and the same patterns consistently over and over again. It's also funny to see videos of American women talk shit about these women. Absolutely hilarious. Yeah, because a lot of American women are pissed off that guys go overseas, and some do have great success meeting beautiful, feminine, good women over there, and either they stay or come back here with them. I've had a few guys write in about it. Hey, tough shit, they brought them on themselves. Because over there, the claws and the disease of modern feminism has infected them. Yet. We hope not. As for myself, nowadays I prefer to stay in the U.S. and be single. But for the guys who want to experience romance, I highly encourage you to get your passports and explore other countries. And yes, many of them are not marriage material because they also take part in the hookup culture. But it's a lot easier to find one who likes you, compare it to the U.S. And they are nowhere near as stuck up or materialistic. They actually like you for you. Thanks again, SSM, for sharing my story. Keep rocking on, guys. Well, Tyrone, you're welcome, and I appreciate the story. That's pretty darn funny. So, there you go, guys. You want to have some fun on the dating apps just to mess around? Put a certain name down there. And maybe use some AI to change how you look and see what happens. You never know. Or put something on there like, have another name and put yourself wearing one of those white tank tops and say you did time. Did time for this. See how many gals write into you. You never know. But anyhow, bro, good story. It's funny. And yeah, there are stereotypes. And look what happened there. Here's the question. When you met up with some of those other Filipino girls, were they happy or disappointed eventually when they had a roll in the hay? I'll leave it at that. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Let's hear it, guys, in the comment section. If you had a situation where maybe on a dating app or something, gals thought a certain thing about you, but then something else wasn't really the truth or whatever, or you had something similar to this, I'd like to hear about it. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.